How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got a super show planned for you guys this week. Slide it in. Mic check. We good? Yeah, I talk loud enough. Yeah. There you go. You know I got a loud mouth, man. We can fix that anytime. We ain't worried about that. Fix that. We go. But welcome to Change the Lives. Hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Got a super show planned tonight. Tonight we will be asking that question: is education worth the cost? You know, it's a hot topic with everything, especially with the mounting student loan debt and all this other things. People having issues getting jobs and stuff. With people asking that question a lot. So that's kind of like the inspiration for having this show. Again, we'll be asking if education worth the cost. You know, before we get started, I want to say what's up to my producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother?
And the brother, I'm great. The brother, huh?
Another Thursday, right?
Yeah, happy Thursday, man. Not only is he a super dope producer, the brother's also just a super technical guy. Did you see how he swooped in and swooped out?
That's right. Gotta get it right.
I also give a big shout out to Slick 316 and everything. Man, I tell you what, somebody, I just want to say thank you. They have helped me with my social media growth and everything, and I am super duper appreciative and everything. And Slick, so I want to just say thank you with that. I'm juggling by 8 balls at a time, and I can't always get around telling everybody thank you, and I appreciate what they be doing for me. So I wanted to tell you thank you. So, I'm just doing a lot, but it's, and I don't say it enough, but I really do appreciate it. Also give a shout out to Joni. Joni's big on the road to recovery and everything, so we'll give a shout out to her and everything. But man, I'm hyped up about tonight's show.
Yeah.
And we're starting. Oh man, I got this dry cigar. Man, I was wondering about it before I grabbed it. Like, man, I said, man, this is gonna be a dry stick. Just something about it. Where it was sitting out there and everything, it might catch on. But man, you know, as always, we start the show off when we were talking about the previous week, just rehashing it, man. I tell you what, because we didn't have a show last week.
No, so you got previous 2 weeks.
Brother, let me tell you something, man. Yeah. I did the football banquet at Jonesboro High School. And as always, I killed it.
What else would it be, right?
Hey, man. It was pretty cool. We were talking to the kids and everything. They big shout out to Coach Floyd and the athletic program and Principal Brown giving me the opportunity to speak with the kids. We Jonesboro, the football program is discipline, dedication, desire, determination, and dependable. Those 5 Ds. And I centered my speech around that.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I hope I inspired the kids and everything. So it was a great opportunity to speak with them. So big shout out to them for giving me the opportunity to speak with the kids. You know, my birthday vacation went great. Oh, man, I tell you what, man, I got revitalized, went down to Wetumpka, you know, didn't win nothing. Well, I had fun and everything. It was cool, got a chance, you know, and everything. Big shout out to, went out to the casino, BB King's at the one in Atmore.
Okay.
Oh, man, they got a show. It's 2 sisters be singing live blues. Woo, man. Shit. I ain't know why I listen to live blues or 90s booty shake. God. What? Oh,
big old
thick sister went up there and started doing that single ladies. Right. Oh, Lord. He ain't got nothing on her. Straight Montgomery. Lord have mercy. Woo! I throw my short ass up out of there.
Right.
Oh, man. All the English ladies. I was this boy. Had me doing the damn routine, boy. Straight athlete, boy. I was like, whoa, boy. Shout out my homeboy James Pate. Came and took me down there, man. My boy, he rolled through there, man. Me and him went to the casino. Man, check out this show. And I was like, oh, okay. We weren't expecting that. Woo, boy. That was live. But shout out to them. I didn't know the damn group name. Hell no, man. I just totally lost damn shit. She came out and said, what in the world? They gonna think so. She saw dad and something else, man. I just lost it. And the other girl, she wasn't her. Right. So I was like, man, I ain't gonna hear her sing. When you start back singing, you know, this about 4 or 5 shots of shine.
Mm.
Yeah. But it was cool and they were cool. But yeah, big shout out to BB Kings and Atmore Casino down in New Montgomery. Also, tax season's underway. Been going great so far. Business is going great. A lot of those principles that I learned in that the mastermind class went back in October, man, been applying them since October, man. It's working like a charm. Oh man, shoot. And we haven't even started tax season.
Right.
And
it's pre-tax.
Yeah, and you know, just with people coming in and everything, we've been totally aggressive with how we've been marketing and everything. It's been working out great. So also, like I said, tell everybody, you know, come see us at Majestic Business Services. You know, as always, we have the contact information. We'll bring it up later in the show about the company and everything. But it's been going great, just applying some of them principles. And I'm also going to bring up some information in terms of that to kind of that's applicable to tonight's show. Also, want to give a big super duper shout out to my son PJ Chutney D. Burden Jr. They had the vocational competition for Region 5 today, man, and the brother won first place in cosmetology.
Okay.
So you know, P-Dog went up there, man, with all the women, and all them ladies. And, you know, I did when I got up there. I said, "Well, the old lady said, you smell good just like your son." I said, "I'll take that."
Right.
I take that, but I think what really, you know, you sit back sometimes, people don't know that he was my son, and they give like an hour and a half to do the do's. He had to do a cut, then they had to do an updo. But he's very meticulous. This is not a damn thing against some of the female competitors, but you see they might have took 30, 40 minutes to do the do, which you could. He took almost all his time to do it, and it showed. And I was real proud of P-Dog. And he got that out of the way and everything. What's up, G-Rock? That was good. And I was real proud of PJ and everything, because that was like a combination of all the work he done put in the past 4 years and everything. So big shout out to P for that. Also, we haven't finalized everything, but he's going to get this ROTC scholarship. Okay. More than likely, we'll be attending Georgia Military College next spring, because he got to go to basic training at AIT. That's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. You think I done cuss you out. Ain't nothing like that drill sergeant 4 in the morning cussing you out, flipping your bed. That's when you really been cussed out. Right. And he tell you he don't give a damn about your daddy. You know, but he get rid of that, but he qualified for the RTC scholarship, Georgia Military. Real good program, that advanced commissioner, early commissioner program. He actually be coming out with his second lieutenant after 2 years, which people that aren't familiar with it, to become a second lieutenant, you usually get after a 4-year degree. He'll be getting after 2. So, you know, he qualified that because of his grade point average and his test scores. So big shout out to P for that, man. I've been super duper proud of you for that, man. But that was good, man. It was good and everything. But we went on today, man. Past couple weeks, got a chance to revitalize that. Everything's going great for me and everything. So again, you know, come see us this tax season. Majestic Business Services, 678-479-4007. Visit us on the web at www.majesticbiz.com. We'll bring it up later on the show. But again, Lab, you know, tonight's show, like I said, it's something real near and dear to me. We're talking about education, people fussing about college and stuff like that. You don't need a degree, this, that, and that. So we're talking about tonight's show, is education worth the cost?
Okay.
You know, so the reason why I want to do this show, man, because a lot of times when we have people, you know, they chime in at different points of view on about education or college and everything. And I think, personally, people kind of sway on what has worked for them.
Right.
Or what didn't work for them and everything. And so we start looking at different situations in terms of, you hear people bring up that stories about, you know, being buried in student loan debt and everything. And sometimes people will look at it in terms of, well, you know, I got these student loans. I did get my degree. I didn't get my degree. Things didn't work out for me and stuff. And they're just always bitter about it and everything. And you're not necessarily in a certain point in life, and you figure that, you know, maybe if I did this differently, I hadn't got into it. And then sometimes people do certain tasks and find success where they didn't get a degree, or whatever,
Right.
they kind of figure like, hey, you don't necessarily need a college education, and everything. And it's for great debate because a lot of times people will go back and forth, and depending on who you talk to, everybody got good points and stuff. And I wanted to just have this show. Shout out to Crown Royal. Oh man, this how you raise 4 boys.
It's like Crown Royal.
This how you raise 4 boys. My oldest son told me today, you need to let this and that go. If you can let something go, would you let go? I like one of y'all ass.
Plain and simple.
You really want to know, son. You really want to know. That was one of the things, which is, like I said, just bringing it up just to look at the rise of it. Now, I don't know if people if you haven't been, please go to the show Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We're showing on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. YouTube being the preferred vessel, so you can subscribe. Well, not can. I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, like the Facebook page. But I say that if you look at the show we did last year in terms of why my child can't find a job after college, well, we highlight a lot of those reasons why people couldn't really find employment, especially children, because some of the practices they weren't doing during the time before or during the time they was in college, they couldn't turn around and make that into an employment or different ventures and everything. And I think, again, if you go to check out that show from last year on the YouTube channel, why my child can't find a job after college, it'll highlight a lot of reasons, from my perspective, why a lot of kids can't get employment after college. And plus, a lot of times, we're in the day and age where we're in this digital age, you got people making a lot of money through non-traditional means.
Exactly.
And what I mean by non-traditional means, we look traditional, we're talking about getting up in the morning, going to work. Now you got people sitting in underwear all day long. They can sit here and, take pictures of themselves, be influencers.
Right.
They can actually do coaching, training,
coding.
Hell, sitting in front of damn mic on YouTube telling you what to do. And make thousands and thousands dollars.
Make millions.
I talk about it in a damn day. And you think about it, look at the little boy making millions of dollars on toys.
26 million.
Yeah, exactly. 26 million. You hear that? And you telling that boy put them damn toys down and clean his room up. Better get him a damn digital camera.
Right.
So I say that and when people see that, sometimes it can be set with inspiration. Sometimes it can be desperation. Sometimes it can be hateration, depending on how you view it. But right now we're in the day and age where there are so many opportunities for people to survive and grow and do things. You really don't have an excuse.
Right.
And so, like I said, that with the whole onset of student loan debt increasing, because at the end of the day, if you can qualify, get accepted to that school, you just get a student loan. Right. They won't turn you down.
Exactly.
You'll get a student loan, and if you don't have enough, they'll give you an additional one. And so the flip side of that is, okay, now I'm getting this debt to get this education. What am I gonna do with this to pay it off? Because I always that risk reward, if I'm gonna date this ugly boy, what I'm gonna get out of it? Do he got money? Am I gonna get this job? Am I gonna get this apartment? Right. What am I losing?
Right.
I got it. I know the girl don't look that good, but she got this income tax check.
It's always a pro, right?
Yeah, we got to make it happen. So you got to do what you got to do. So you do that risk reward when we start talking about education and everything. So that's where a lot of us are. And then sometimes people just clueless. Just think you get a degree, you're going to get you a good job, and that's what it is. And depending on what kind of tutelage or exposure you got when you was in school, you really don't know. So now you're sitting there, I got it, I don't know anybody, and now I can't get a job, and now you're stuck.
Right.
So that's why I was just looking at this great debate in terms of it and stuff. And it's a tricky situation with me. I personally, I didn't pay for my undergrad because I was a disabled vet. I took a student loan out for grad school and everything, and I've been on both sides of it.
Right.
I went to a cheaper grad school because it really didn't affect me, and everything like that. I didn't come out with $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in debt or anything like that, because I hear the horror stories people have. But I will say I went into it with a game plan. I look at it, I always looking to invest in myself.
You have to have a game plan when you go into college. You got to research that thing. and see how much it's actually going to cost you per semester.
Mm-hmm.
See, people think you got to do it per year. No, you got to do it per semester,
Absolutely.
which is different than per year.
Absolutely.
I was lucky enough to figure out how to get a grant, so I didn't pay for college. But
Yeah, my mic on.
yeah, I didn't pay for college. I was lucky enough to get a grant, which I don't have to pay, which I didn't have to pay back. But had I not got a grant, I'd probably be looking at like $80,000 in student loans myself. But it's a lot of avenues you can use to pay for college. It's just figuring out which one is the right one for you. See, people don't want to research, go in depth, and figure out what they can use to help them pay for college, that they don't have to be in so much debt. It just takes time. You know, you have to start looking at that stuff a year or two prior to figure out which one, because they're not gonna sit it right there in front of you. You got to look for it.
It's an overwhelming amount of information to try to take the damn last semester of your kids in their senior year. It's too much information to try to process or even try to research. I remember even with my oldest son, the 25-year-old, you know, sometimes you look at with Georgia, the great thing about it, you got hope. The bad thing about it, people just don't take advantage of it. So your kid come to you saying they want to go to, you know, Florida State, they want to go to Michigan or whatever and everything because they qualify. You know, okay, now when you sitting there looking like you may get some money from this school, and you got free tuition in the state of Georgia, is the debt you're going to acquire worth you missing out? Do you feel like what you're going to get, you know, for all the future opportunities, going to outweigh that? And I don't think a lot of parents think about it. They just let it chill out. So that's where they want to go.
That's where they going to go.
And that's why I told them, I going through the process right now, man. Just be transparent with myself. That was one of the things me and PJ just went through. He want to go to Bethune-Cookman.
Okay.
Great school, private school in Florida.
Right.
You know, Daytona Beach, can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Roller skates and bikinis all day long. So I get you. That's why
I should have went to that
That's
school.
why you my junior. That's why I said that's why you my junior. I understand. HBCU, all that can't go wrong.
Lord.
But shit, they ain't want to get no money.
No.
And so you looking at, you know, that was like $4,800. And I think, God, I can't remember. Was it 26,000 or something like that? Long story short, no, it's not worth that. Do you sit there and say, okay, well, look, we still going to go who want to go there? No. No. Ain't no bikini worth that. We got Netflix. We ain't got shit. There you go. All kind of shows and everything. So it's not really, you know, worth acquiring that debt. But a lot of times parents will go through that. I had a lot of people that I know personally that went to certain schools. Then you got to pay certain down payments, and you know, again, that's a lot.
That is.
That's a lot. Where you still talking about once you've attained that degree, okay, the result of that, okay, we got this debt. The benefit being the knowledge of the degree or the job. Can you find that being more or beneficial to acquire that debt?
Right.
And if you can't sit here and find employment or opportunities to offset the debt you're going to incur, that's your decision.
Plus your regular living expenses.
Exactly. You know, I remember like you look at, the thought process is you go to an Ivy League school, you acquire the debt to go there. Most time, even without networking, you can come and find, because the weight of that school and those employments come there, you might come out with a 6-figure job. You start going to Princeton, Yale, Brown, Columbia, and them schools like that. Those, you know, NBC, Coca-Cola, IBM.
The 6-figure tuitions too.
Exactly. So, but my point being, you go there understanding that you're probably gonna get them kind of employments. You know, if you get a competitive, you don't necessarily have to, but you're acquiring that debt with that thought in mind. And it's also hard to get in those schools. Now, with that said, if you go to Emory, UGA, we just look near us, Morehouse, Spelman, stuff like that. Are you gonna be able to find your employment that's going to be, or opportunities rather, to compensate or make it advantageous to acquire that debt? And if you can't look the man in the mirror or female in the mirror and just say, hey, look, you know, I can't do it, you might got to fall back.
Right.
And that's kind of painful for a lot of people because it's like they admitting defeat, but I think it's just you using your damn sense. And so, tonight's show we're going to be talking about that, the pros and cons of acquiring the debt of education. And I'm also, also going to kind of give my little 2 cents, that my very important opinion on the matter, because again, like I said, just to when people look at that in terms of education, do you need it? You hear so many vast opinions about it, but when you ask people why you feel that way, you're gonna get some of this. You be like, huh?
They gonna give you why they think it is, not why it's necessary or why it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Why they feel that it will be necessary, and some of the answers just don't go with the question.
And you know what? I always look at it in terms of regardless of what you get from who, whatever, it's still gonna be opinionated. It's still gonna be whatever someone believes is the right thing to do and everything. And it may be because they're being courageous, some being scared or whatever, and everything. But it's still gonna be their opinion. And and the biggest thing I always try to push with anyone, learn how to make decisions. Me and my older son had a good conversation the past couple of days just with business and careers and stuff like that. And I just said, as a father, once you become grown, or even as a child, my job is to teach you how to make decisions. As an adult, it shifts to more making you, because you're grown. It's kind of still help you see different options. You got the data in front of you, and you just have to kind of weigh out everything to make the best decision for you. What I feel like may not be the best decision for you. Once you start looking at it and everything, because I might look at what you told me, your situation, but you still know a couple things you want to share with me.
Right.
Okay, now I want to do that. But that's the thing about it, being able to gather the data and then make a decision. A lot of folks don't want to gather data because when we talk about that intentional ignorance, because they don't want to be accountable for it, just say, well, I thought this, that. I didn't know. Too old for that. So let's look at some of those cons we're talking about in terms of, we look at the word for requiring debt. The first thing we talk about being buried in debt. That's one of the biggest strong points, I think, with Elizabeth Warren's running campaign right now, just erasing student loan debt. It's massive. And like I said, the bad part about it is that it's so accessible. I guess that's the good and bad part about it. It's so accessible because anybody can get it if you're enrolled in a school. The thing of it is just that, 3 months after you graduate, you got to start paying it?
It's 90 days within the 90. Some of them are 120 days after you graduate. You got to start paying it. Some of them want you to pay as you're walking across the stage. Some of them start collecting, getting your information in that senior year.
Man, I just linked that shit to my disability, my VA disability check. Shit. I said, man, y'all take that shit, man.
So sometimes it just depends on the school and the financial advisor that you have.
There you go. You go. And it's that it's crazy. Because when you start hearing some of these people talk and you hear some of these stories that they can't do anything because they student loan debt, and then you start looking at even when they gain employment, they still can't overcompensate, to do that. They can't get a house, they can't get a car because they got this student loan debt and everything, and it's amazing. And golly, man, it's astounding how much, I guess you're looking at people and you see they're doing certain things. You never know what the hell people got going on.
That's true.
And they sitting there saying, well, I got to do this and I got to do that, and everything. You be like, what the hell you go to school? You owe all that money. But, so.
That postgraduate and all that stuff, you start getting to a little bit. I mean, when you add two and 2.5 years onto your 4-year degree already to get your master's, then it adds up. I mean, you $60,000-$70,000 in with the 4-year, then you got to add another $25,000 onto that master's degree. I mean, it's not free.
And you still lead supervisor at Kroger. Okay, they go to the next one. Well, they can't find employment related to their degree. We're talking about the cons. Can't find employment related to their degree. This and again, if you look back at the show we did, why my child can't find employment after graduation, I think I gave a lot of in-depth solutions to this common problem. When you can't find employment, look at them cons. People They graduate. They want to stay in a certain area. They like where they at, but the opportunities for where they got a degree in just ain't there. They come around and do it. They like dealing in marine biology, but they like city life.
But we landlocked.
There you go. There you go. They like city life. They like living inland. You know, they big in the Midwest. Chi-Town loving it, but they just can't find, dolphins.
In Lake Michigan. I can tell you that for a fact. I haven't seen not one dolphin in Lake Michigan. And that's a lake. That's not Ocean Michigan. That's Lake.
A crack pipe or a boot. That's about
a boot, a tie, a car, and a few bodies, but you will not find a dolphin.
There you go. And it happens. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. People choose unique degree. We ain't gonna say crazy. Unique degrees, and it may be something you have a lot of passion for. It may be the only thing you could pass at that particular time. But once you come out here, there's no opportunity for it in the job market. There's not a need for it and everything, depending on where you're at. So you may have to relocate. People don't want to do that, and so that begins kind of frustrating because again, you've acquired all this in terms of this education, but you can't really find it. And a lot of folks, have a lot of gripes and complaints about it. Again, now you got simple solutions probably to fix that, but that's one of the drawbacks of acquiring that education. And another thing is just income and what you expected. I can say this by being the father of a millennium. Brother was sitting there telling me about what he deserved the other day.
What he deserved.
I'm like, whoa, for real. I should be making this. I should be. My man told me, I'm used to a certain standard of living. Do tell. Outside of what the hell I done paid for.
Right.
I tell you that. Cool. Do tell.
What you say? Huh.
Yeah. They get around their damn partners. They
silly me.
Shout out to my son.
But to be in his defense, when you in college and you getting those degrees, you do feel like I'm getting the good degree. I need to be making $9 million a year because I'm getting a degree. The schools, the classmates, your friends, they all pump that stuff into your head to where you feel like I'm getting a degree. I'm up here, you down here. And I need to have 12 zeros behind my paycheck.
And parents do a very bad job of being transparent to let their kids know this ain't the kind of damn money we making.
Exactly.
So don't your ass come out of that school think you're going to make that because I ain't making that.
But see, that's the thing. Parents don't do that. They tell them, you go to school so you get a good job, make good money. That's them the three words they use. You got to go to college so you can get a good job and make good money. So what we thinking, well, if I go to college, I'm going to get a good job and I'm going to make good money. Why? Because my mama said and my grandmama said so. And Granddaddy Buddy told me the same thing.
Absolutely. See, people keep forgetting good money is a very convoluted word.
Exactly.
So good money to you and good money to me may be totally different. Your good money may be like, wow, that's a big number. Mine be like, shit, I just need to get, $8 an hour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of picking cotton.
You gotta look at the conduit with which it's coming out of.
There you go. There you go. So, again, that's one of them things where, again, you done acquired this debt, you got this education, but now you're trying to figure out, okay, hey, is it worth it? Again, we're looking at the cons of acquiring education. And last we're talking about the career just ain't what you expected. Now, all those pictures you seen in those textbooks, all those opportunities you said, once you get in there, you're like, man, this is some BS.
You see your friend on the poster in a lab coat. Looking at the little stethoscope and stuff on the lab coat, making, dental teeth because he gonna be a dentist. And you like, I could do that. If she could do it, I can do it.
They get them CNA. They get them CNAs with that all the time. You had a picture of sisters with their arm folded. I ain't saying nothing about them damn nasty sponge baths you got to get. Take a picture with Mr. Charlie a sponge bath or something like that.
Take a picture with you wiping crap off the bed.
Yeah, how many CNAs you gonna have after that? The real CNA picture.
Don't take a picture with the stethoscope on, and standing next to all the doctors and stuff.
Yeah, hell no. You know they get you. So you get in there, you're like, dang, I don't want to got my CNA. It's on and everything. Well, we need you to go change this and dump his that and pull this and squeeze this. What?
I'm supposed to be assistant professor.
Yeah, exactly. You know, well, they got your degree in management. Get in there, they got your damn photocopying every damn day. You know, washing the owner car. This is not what I went and got my education for. Hey, that's what happens.
But that people don't tell you that some of that stuff is connections.
Hey, man.
You making them connections. You making them networking things in college sometimes. That's what, that's what they don't tell you in the brochure.
That's a great point. That's why, I always say all the time, just ride the wave, play the game, ride the wave. Mm-hmm. Rome wasn't built in one day. Everybody got to get them scars. Once you get them scars, hey, that's it. But people won't be patient with it. So those is a couple of those cons you have to go through and everything like that. And I know probably ruled some folks in the wrong way, like, ouch, it's me, ow. Got my damn CNA. Shout out to the CNAs. That's a step up from what? Magic City? Flame?
Oh!
You get that?
All of them at the Flame. All of them at the Flame studying for their CNA.
That's why all them Atlanta Metro advertising it. Go to the Flame. I'm going to leave here.
Atlanta Metro College.
There you go. Shout out Atlanta Metro. I'm a graduate. With Atlanta Technical, everything out there and everything. So you see all them promos in the Flame and in Magic City. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Them and Omnitech. Either that, be a producer. Okay. And everything.
Ooh, it used to be ITT, but they
Yeah, there you go. This is real story. We ain't joking. This is serious shit. Serious as hell, man. But again, those are just some of the cons. Again, this is Deonte Burden, host of Change Your Lives. Make sure you go to the Facebook, the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page. Check us out on Instagram and everything. Also, check out Mr. Short Dollar. Been putting a lot of good information there. We deal about personal finance, investing, real estate. You can go to DeonteBurden.com. That's my personal page where I have some of my videos there where you can book me for speaking events and different engagements. Also got my merchandise in terms for the Change of Lives and everything set up there. So my store is there and everything. I got a t-shirt, some of the coffee mugs, the other stuff. Even if you did miss it, understand this. Great. I'm glad we're here in January. All those awesome Christmas regalia and everything, I got it discounted 50% off.
That's Madame Burden.
Yeah, Madame Burden. Both stores are there. Change Your Lives and Madame Burden.
That's right.
Gonna get that discount and everything like that.
For next year.
You don't know if you're gonna be with that girl next year. Go on and get a little for the next girl. You know what size you like. You know what size woman you like. Go on and get your
It's gonna be the same size all the way through, right?
For the Lowski Woski and everything. So, everything there. So make sure you check us out again. But most important, go to that Change Your Life YouTube page, Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Big shout out to everyone, too, before I forget about it. Thanks so much. We hit that 2,400 subscriber mark. Been grinding. I might have gave everybody a shout out about that before, but I just want to tell you guys appreciate it again for doing it, man. It's been painful and great and everything. And you sometimes look at people 5 and 10 and all that kind of stuff, and you kind of look at it. How you got so many subscribers, but you don't have that many views and all this kind of stuff? It just ain't fake. And I can really truly feel like, okay, man, I'm getting these, views and comments, this, that, and that, and it feel better when you're able to do it. So I appreciate everyone for the growth that we've had with everything. So just continue to support me, continue to share it and everything, and we'll continue to put out good information to you. The king, Mr. Burden, PJ just joined.
Uh-oh.
What's going on, P? Congratulations again. Now, guys, we're gonna go into the pros. The pros we're talking about acquiring the education. Well, first, we talk about typically you have a lifespan wise, you usually make more money once you get some kind of education.
Right.
It's estimated being around about 20,000 more annually with getting it. Again, we're talking about on average. Is that always the case? We got people that's making great incomes that don't have a college degree, and it's going to go back to my point. I don't want to be so stuck. Remember what we were saying right now. We're not talking about a college degree. We're using the word education. Okay, so we're using the word education. So let's not get that twisted. We'll go into depth more in a little while. but just acquiring that education, get some kind of educational skill set, you typically make more money.
Just true.
You know, and everything like that. You know, so that's one of the major pros with doing that. You just get more career opportunities. You know, a lot of times if you got a certain degree or a certain skill set, you may not necessarily. Some just require you to have a degree. Some just require you to have a certification. It doesn't necessarily have a specific one, but because you have that, they'll sit down and give you certain opportunities. Is it right or wrong, fair or unfair? Just it is what it is.
Right.
So those kind of things that are open to you with acquiring that education. Networking. You get around, be around different people, sharing different ideas and everything. And, you know, that's one of the, I thought was one of the best things with college. Man, my undergrad was a little different. Only because my undergrad was in finance, so majority of my classmates were either Asian or Indian. They cheat a lot too. They cheat a lot. Cheating. Cheat. Damn, they cheat. Cheat.
A lot.
Asians, Indians, people from the Middle East.
You know what they used to do?
Huh?
When I was a kid? I know for the LA support. They used to always act like they didn't understand what the hell was going on.
And just being just
Yeah.
talking, cheating like a motherfucker. And
Like,
unfortunately, like when you my undergrad in finance, so it was always me and my other partner Dennis. Man, we was the only brothers. At shout out to Dennis, man. But it was we was only brothers mostly in those classes. So I didn't really have a lot of people, and really maybe one or two whites. It's finance is a quantitative degree, so it's a lot of math based. So typically, you have those guys from the country that were really focused on math, and like the Asians, Indians, people from the Middle East, cheating like hell. Don't get it twisted. Don't get the stigma that they smarter. Just cheat damn better. Just sitting there like instructor, like, come on now, damn. I know I don't know what they're saying, but they're saying something. Shit. But again, now to that point though, I have a lot of connections of guys went to school with me. They're in the Middle East. About a year ago, I was about to open up a prune farm in Saudi.
really?
Yeah, I was about to do it. Open up a prune farm. I still may do it and everything like that. But we got stopped all that damn killing before I go over there to check everything out. But I am gonna go over there probably the next year and everything, kind of look at some of the opportunities because I got one of my buddies, man. He's a prune farmer and not date farmer. My dumbass dates. What's that prune date? Same thing, same tree. But again, date farmer. That's why I go open a date farm, man. And once we started showing me some numbers, like whoa, and everything. But you never know it. I met a lot of them brothers that was in my grad school class. Man, we still tight, and just some of the opportunities we made, and just talk. I was talking to my man Dominique the other day. We just rapping and stuff like that, just business opportunities, just meeting people. You never know who, and as everybody do things in life, you never know who you can circle back with and everything. Because, you ain't stuck talking to Mr. Charlie that knows somebody. I speak to the owner every day. Speak to him. What can you ask for a favor?
Right.
You know, and everything. So that's what college does, get those networking opportunities. Man, we got all off track. Another opportunity is just personal development. Just being able to grow as a person, learn different things, being able to add another tool to your toolkit, being, progress yourself and everything. And that's what, that's very big because, again, we look at ourselves, we actually can do this and do this and do this and do that have made us very, very self-sufficient. So if one thing don't work, we can pop in with another thing. If that don't work, we can go in with another thing, And that's what hurt a lot of folks because if you're in a situation where you can't do nothing but, I don't know if you remember, was like 93, 94 when NAFTA and all that was going in. You look at the mid-90s, I just remember all them factories closing in the Midwest and the folks were crying.
All they do is
pressing this button and turning this damn wrench, and they didn't know nothing else. And it's nothing bad because that was the culture.
Yeah, they were doing it for 20, 25 years.
Exactly.
Their son come work there. Their grandson come work there.
Exactly. So you can't really trip on them because that's all they did. Because, again, they don't see an end point. But to that point, you need to be very around it and knowing what's going on around the world with you to kind of see what's going on. But, again, that personal development. And most important, I think, education and investing in yourself and your future. Like I said, them tools in the toolkit. Anything that you can do to improve yourself. Because people say a lot of times that whole adage, teach a man to the fish, he can feed himself for a lifetime and all that. it's easy to say, but ain't none of y'all trying to damn fish.
That's
A
right.
lot of y'all still damn asking.
Right.
And because when you learn how to fish, it takes time, it takes sacrifice, and it takes a lot of effort. And people don't want to do those three things. Patience too. And but again, people like to do what? A lot of damn asking.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start talking about investing in yourself and all that kind of stuff where you're not getting an immediate return or may not never get that return if you never use it, people just don't feel like that. Why I'm gonna do that if I ain't gonna get that? Not really understanding that you giving yourself an opportunity. If it ever come up, you can
Right.
do it.
You
Or if
know
you just
how
want
to
to
do
change,
it.
if you want to change your mind, hell, you just damn do it. And a lot of folks just don't want to move in that direction. Again, it's a Change the Lives hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We were just talking about the pros of acquiring that education, because the night show we're talking about is education worth the cost. So again, we're revisiting the pros, the cons, and also I'm going to give my take on everything. So make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that bell so you can get those constant notifications. Also, go to Mr. Short Dollar. We talk about personal finance, investing in business, and everything in regards to improving yourself with that. I lose my train of thought with that. Now we're finna get to the so important, my take on everything. First, let me say this. First, people got to get over this hump that they're looking at education and a college degree as the same thing. Those two separate things.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about getting education is it's not just a degree, it's a skill set, it's knowledge, it's experience, it's connections that you can do to improve yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's not just to set on a college degree. You're investing in yourself, you're putting things into yourself that can improve yourself. Is a college degree part of getting education? Absolutely. So is a certification, so is, just taking a certain class here and there and everything like that. You become a yoga instructor, security person, just thinking, Microsoft certified.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't necessarily degrees. They certain things that knowledge that you've acquired.
That you add to your repertoire.
Exactly. So, but I think so often people look at it like that. I don't want to do this. We're stuck in a society today where everybody wants shit quick. Nobody want to sacrifice. Like Reed just said, nobody want to be patient for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They want everything fine. If I do this, when can I get that? And that's not how life works. That's not how success works.
Mm-hmm.
And until people willing to be patient and work hard, they never see it. There are no shortage, especially in the black community. Me personally just noticing, I don't think we had a shortage of high income earners. You got a lot of people making, just say good money, decent money, whatever. You got people making a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
You got a huge wealth gap and everything. And the key component with wealth is time and patience. We're just doing that, be able to set things up and just understand it's going to take a while to grow. And that's what happens a lot of times. People want to, especially in this here, you look at the city of Atlanta as a damn placebo. Everybody want to be a business owner, but they think it's just I went down to Fulton County. I got my business license.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to the man. This is all I need. Went out to the bank, got my tax ID number, and everything. Called the Secretary of State. I got my LLC.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Got my EIN.
yeah, I did a couple posts on Facebook.
Where they at?
Hey,
Where they at?
Shit.
Business gonna be boom.
This shit, man.
I'm selling 12,000 widgets a day. I'm ready.
No, ain't nobody want them damn Kente cloth. People sell some stuff, don't they?
They be selling some stuff, right?
That you just don't damn
Don't
need. Huh? What the hell am I gonna do with that? Unless I run out of tissue. You know what I'm saying? So, people don't want to come to that conclusion just with doing it, and so just giving that effort and everything. So I do really think we need to, number one, get out of that mode of thinking in terms of the education and the college degree.
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth the cost? And I think it goes back to the early example I give. If whatever you're trying to acquire in life, be it the education, experience, or whatever, is the cost of that, whatever the result is it going to outweigh the cost?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't feel like it's going to outweigh the cost, now when we talk about outweigh may not necessarily be monetarily. It may be knowledge, it may be experience, or whatever. If it does not outweigh the cost, that's when you probably want to rethink it.
Mm-hmm. Your debt to income ratio has got to be
Exactly. Well, let's take the debt to income. Let's take money out of it. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, say if you say, look, man, my schedule is tight. I'm finna go volunteer to go down to this school and everything. Like I can give myself for example. Things have kind of been okay with the speaking, but I've done a lot of speaking gigs at a lot of elementary schools just to cut my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try this. I ain't getting paid for it. Do I want to get paid?
Yeah. But you gotta.
Shout out to Carver High School. Still ain't got my check yet. You know? Shit, man. I'm on that, man. I mean, I done talked to a couple, you know, I'm on a little better, you know, talk to a couple Fortune 500 companies and all that other kind of stuff. And again, I want to, you know, be moving this in the next future, just doing a lot of more corporate sponsors and everything, you know. Let me know, hit up DeonteBurden.com if you need your baccalaureate or your graduation speakers. We there. Mm-hmm. But, hey, man, look, man, still want damn money. But I say this to say, like, you know, you owe me some money, pay me.
Right.
Shout out to Carver. You know, I want my money, man. And, you know you owe me. And I ain't quiet about my money.
Right.
I ain't quiet about my money. Especially, like, you know, and I gave you something, too.
Right.
I rocked them. I rocked them. But to that point, when you're doing certain things, we're talking about, like, just say you're volunteering to do that, cut your teeth. You're losing time. You're not getting paid, but I'm cutting my teeth.
Mm-hmm. I'm gaining experience.
Exactly. And like I said, it can be the knowledge, experience, money, whatever the compensation be. The compensation in the grand scheme of things will have to outweigh the cost. Mm-hmm. So if you attend certain schools or go to certain places, well, whatever you receive from that outweigh that. And I think that needs to be the equation you need to look at in terms of acquiring the cost. Mm-hmm. Is this school that I'm going to, the degree program and everything like that, is the opportunities, be it jobs, money, experiences, knowledge, whatever, going to outweigh the cost of that. Mm-hmm. And I think if people do that kind of thinking on the front end, they'll do it. Again, if you guys go back on the YouTube channel, Why My Child Can't Find a Job After College, we hit on in depth a lot of these different, make sure you go to that video. I'm also going to put a link to that on the description on the feed. But that went through a lot of that and stuff like that, where a lot of parents just don't be proactive, even from high school, trying to teach their kids how to network and what to be looking for before, during, and after college and stuff like that. Because if you're not finding opportunities prior to, and you want to get this certain degree or do these certain things, you got to be, like, realistic. Mm-hmm. People sit there, like, right now, man, even at the vocational thing, great. Good thing I'll notice, just so you see how the young ladies doing the estheticians and the lashes. Mm-hmm. And matter of fact, man, I had a client this past weekend. Want to be a lash thing, you know the what you call lash tech esthetician. Oh, man, that's big money, man.
Really?
Big money, big money. And yeah, and you know, she told me she wanted to be high end. No, I knew that. I didn't answer that before I even asked. What you want? High end celebrity?
Celebrity.
How did I know? You know, welcome to Atlanta. But I will say this. But I want to, you know, you ask the thought processes. I want to do the pop shop, $10, $25. Now, how the hell you gonna be high end and offer folks $25?
Right.
My point being, you want to be this, but you're shopping in this.
Right.
It ain't gonna work.
Not the same.
It's not gonna work.
The same clientele.
Absolutely not. So you got to find a way to get around the people that's gonna buy it. Now, if the people that will want to pay for what you want to do, if they're not in the area that you're, you know, fishing, it ain't gonna work.
That's true.
It ain't gonna work.
That's true.
You know, like I told my son, you know, we were talking about the other day, man, it's like you go hunting for a bear with a fishing pole. You sitting there, you got the wrong equipment trying to get what you want. It ain't gonna work.
That's true.
Get your ass ate up. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna happen. And I just think far too often people want certain things and they think certain things gonna happen. So when it doesn't work, I don't need that degree, I don't need that, you know, in anything. And I say all that to say is, this is how I look at it. Mm-hmm. When we start talking about the education, because we just talked about in terms of just trying to realize or acquiring the cost. Now, that's my mathematical equation. Mm-hmm. If the benefit, you can be honest with yourself. The benefit outweighs the cost, you might got something. Right. If it doesn't, rethink it.
Right. The
benefit don't necessarily be monetarily, might be a job, maybe experience, maybe knowledge, whatever. But the benefit needs to outweigh it. Mm-hmm. And it may be short or long term, but it has to outweigh it.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
But this is my take. This is Pooch's hard take on this. at the end of the day, you got a decision to make. No matter what you want to do or what you want done or whatever, you're going to pay for it either way. You either going to pay for the education on the front end and you can cover yourself later on when you ain't got to acquire the cost, or your ass going to pay for it later on.
On the back end.
When you turn around and, you didn't want to learn how to do certain things, now you mess up my eyes. Now you got to pay guys all kind of money to fix this and fix that in your house, or you did this, that, and that, or if you didn't know how to do this, you got to pay the lawyer to do that. You got to pay for something. So you got to pay for something. You don't
know it all anyway.
Exactly. Or you sitting there trying to, let me learn how to do this. Again, let's not get it twisted. When we look at education, we got to stop looking at it in terms of going to college. Education just learning. Because, vast majority of people here don't damn read.
That's true.
And when they damn read, they're reading some stuff that they feel is best. The art of war, how to take down this, how to take down that. But they're not understanding, I won't say damn, I don't about to say no damn penitentiary books, but it's just the damn books that you have to read. You have to go through a plethora.
Right.
And that's why I think a lot of times, read books you don't necessarily know how to do it. You may read books like that are kind of, organizational and fragmented, but then you have some books that, okay, cool, you learn about different life, different biographies, and that muscle in your brain just got going so many stuff and stuff you wouldn't normally read. Like I said, one of the biggest benefits, man, I read all them Trump books. Ain't no Trump fan, but I read a lot of his books. I read a lot of Warren Buffett books and everything like that. I read Cosby books. I mean, certain things, certain people, that you're trying to be them or be a fan, but you pull different nuggets from different people.
Out of those books, you pull different things out of those books from how they became famous, like.
Exactly.
I mean, how they run their business or how they, get to where they are.
Exactly.
You just pull those stuff. I mean, I read a lot of books. Like I read Steve Jobs' book. I done read, Napoleon Hill. I done read, a bunch of books and then I even read some books from like 1777, 1782, because I wanted to know what they was thinking back then. So you just read certain things. You just got to read a plethora. You can't read, the Two Crack Whores and the Pimp books are in that whole series. You gotta read something else.
no, right. You gotta grow past Iceberg Slim and Donna Gomes.
Yeah.
You gotta grow past that.
Yeah. You gotta grow past. I mean, you can read them, but you gotta grow past them.
You gotta grow past that, and that's real talk though. And again, until people commit to getting themselves educated, I don't think you're gonna really start experiencing the kind of growth you're gonna have as an individual until you start doing it. So again, like I said, you either gonna pay for your education on the front end, or you're gonna pay it on the back end. Either way, you're gonna pay for it. And I always go back to, I'm just looking at right now what's going on in my life with the growth that we've had because I went to that mastermind class. And this, like I said, me being transparent, I paid $1,000 for a 2-day mastermind class. Now again, I watched that guy from a distance for almost 2 years. I couldn't really try to, you try to find every reason why not. Be like, shit, let me go and see, because I read his book and it made a big impact on my business. So let me do it. And when I went there and I learned the information that I'm applying now, man, it's been great. But the point I want to get at, when we start talking about what we're talking about tonight with education, his mentor that he uses, this guy's $1 million producer with his businesses, he paid that joker $20,000 for 2 days. I gave him $1,000 for 2 days. He's paying this cat $20,000 for 2 days. That's who he meets with once a year.
Wow.
To get tutelage. So I'm sitting here like, number one, you never get to a point where you don't need more education.
Right.
And number two, you're always going to be advancing in yourself. And number three, you should never feel like you don't reach your pinnacle.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? That guy that he charged $20,000, he came in there, he was 88 years old, Summers White. Google him. I talk to kings, I talk to queens, I talk to presidents, this, that, and that. This, that, he's just talking about everybody he talked to. And he got all on his mailing list. I got his little Christmas postcard from Thailand. 88 years old, man. But he like, this is what I charge, $20,000 2 days. So we're always constantly doing that. We can't see it because, I'm not in the millionaire mind frame.
Right.
I get it. I might say, okay, now let me go next level. Okay, then, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's crumbs to him because he's on that level.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we're doing what? Sharpen our saw, put another tool in the toolkit. So I say this again, we have this great debate when we're talking about education. We have, what's going on? Hey, how's it going now? Oh, what's up, Nikki? Glad you finally tuned into my show. Shout out to Nikki. That was my high school prom date. Put on the spot. Senior prom date. My girl Nikki. How you doing? But it's it's empowering the more you know. And I think people having that great debate in terms of like student loan debt. I want to acquire to certain things. Again, knowledge is one of the things that you always got. You can make money, lose money. But what you know is always there.
It's always there.
It's always there. I mean, that's the
I
thing.
thought about going back to. I thought about going to nursing school. I was like, I'm gonna go be a nurse because nurses are needed.
I got you.
Like,
Big old shoulders on now. You gonna look at that smocks now.
hey, ain't how I'm gonna look at this smock and how I'm looking at that check.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Sure was like, I'm finna go to nursing school.
I got you. But I can see you them Crocs and everything. I see you, brother.
It won't be no shame in my game.
Try it out. But to that point, man, I think people just need to get past that and looking at those pros and those cons and everything. I think it's just a point of perspective.
Right.
And we have to get around something where things don't necessarily work. You know how to get away from that. So hopefully I'll be able to shed some light on everybody with that. This is Change the Light, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. One thing that I do want to drop on everybody, in closing, God forgive me, I forgot George's last name. A friend of mine, George, he leaves him. He committed suicide last week. Brother did 33 years. What's going on, cuz? 33 years, command sergeant major in the Marines. When I say mentally tough, done did it all. Showed me pictures of him and President Bush, looking like the best of friends. Shaw, brother. Never, ever, ever, ever seen this man mad. Hey, what's up, brother Deonte? Give me a hug. Real soft spoken. In his 50s, looked like in his 20s. Good looking, smooth, cool guy. Always happy. He was an ordained minister. In retirement, all that he doing is traveling the country, officiating weddings.
Keep his check coming because he getting his 80%.
I ain't seen none of this shit.
Right.
To kill himself, I ain't seen none of this shit. I ain't even see him, pissed. Or even just down a little bit. And I say all this to say that you never know what the hell folk going through. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I done had my moments be like, man, shit, lab. I come here sometimes like, damn, boy, woo. Wife them damn cut me, boy. Lord, Emma's kids get on my nerve, man, ain't make no money, and everything. They ain't never thought about hurting nobody. I damn sure ain't thought about hurting myself. Right. But again, you just never know what people going through. So I say this to say, man, check on your friend. You got a partner you ain't talked to in a minute, call them up, check on them. If you feeling down or something like that, talk to somebody. I don't give a damn if you got to do, what was his name? Was it Winston? Tom Cruise ball? What's Tom Cruise ball in when he crashed? Wasn't it Winston? What was that movie he had when Tom Cruise wrecked that
Oh, you talking about where he had the mask on?
Nah, when he wrecked when they crashed, he was on the island for them years by himself. And
you talking about? You talking about
Tom? I said Tom Cruise.
Tom Hanks.
Wrong white guy. I'm sorry. Wilson. Wrong white guy. I'm sorry. They do it else all the time. Wilson. Get you a damn Wilson.
Right.
Get you a Wilson, set him down, and listen, your Wilson you ain't got to argue with. Right. So get your Wilson. Just tell them all the stuff about your wife, your kids, your boss. Just do that, but get it out. Don't hold it in. And everything. I boogered that all up. Tom Cruise. Hey, Tom Hanks.
I'm like, Tom Cruise crashed?
Get you a damn Wilson. You know what I'm saying? That Wilson, like I said, it is in the black community is a taboo subject. And the brothers don't like a lot of times sharing stuff out, man. I big shout out to all my best friends, man. I got some solid friends where when I got shit on my mind, I can do it, and I feel like I've been that sounding board for them too. And I know I feel like I can talk with them in confidence where I ain't got to worry about Metro Atlanta finding out, and I believe they feel the same way about me. But losing George really, messed me up because, like I said, man, this was a real, some people just like, man, what the hell are you so damn happy for?
Yeah, why are you happy?
Yeah, and he's always reading motivational books, always giving me quotes, texting me all kind of happy shit. This killing himself shit, I can't see it. I cannot process it.
Some people just can't see themselves through, man. people go through stuff every day. I mean, people suffer a lot. There's a lot of us, a lot of people out here that suffer through a lot of stuff. And a lot of times you think like, they got solid family and shit like that, and it don't be family don't be solid sometimes. Family don't be solid.
Yeah.
And it be just you out here, and you be trying to make it through it every day. That stuff is hard to do, man.
Yeah.
And mental illness, and it's not even necessarily a mental illness. It's just everyday life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just everyday
Absolutely.
life. You work yourself hard trying to do everything you can to make sure you're doing the right thing, the good thing, the everything. And you work yourself to the bone, and then you're struggling to pay bills, or you're struggling to do this, or you're struggling to do that, and then here come Willie Lump ain't graduated out of high school, driving Ferrari because he's selling drugs. And you're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
It cut you deep, man.
It cut you deep, you know.
You know.
You like, I done been to school, I done did this, but he driving Ferrari, Lamborghini, or Maserati, ain't got out of 8th grade yet, and here I am working and can't make the ends meet.
Be careful, Lab. I don't know how much of my audience you cutting in. Shit, man.
But it's true.
Nah, I know.
But it's true.
Trust me, I understand.
It's true.
Brother, I know. And that's the thing of it is, it just, I did the video, man. Again, go to the Changing Lives video library, man. The video, Don't Struggle in Silence. Well, I was telling people, like, look, man, if you're going through something, hey, talk to somebody. And if you especially, like I said, friends, anytime I hear that murder, suicide, and everything, the first thing pop in my damn head, where the friends at? Where the partners at? And you just never know what folk going through.
Some people just don't want to tell you their problems because they don't want to pile it on to you. And a lot of times, I think the problem we got to get out of, we got to get out of this issue in the black community where we think that we talk to somebody, we got something going on in our head that is weak.
Yeah.
That ain't weak, man. That's life.
That's why I said, man, I'm lucky. I got some friends man, I can talk to, man. And brother, like, shit, I don't fake no funk, man. How many people you see post on social media? They be sitting there putting a picture of their family like damn Cosby, 2.0. They see, divorce the next week. Like, shit. Like, hey, man, it's real.
It's real.
It's real, man. You just never know what the hell folk going through. So, I just want to, shouts out to George, man, because he's always solid brother. He always had good things to say to me, always to my son. He was very influential to my oldest son when he got out of college, and because he seen something in him that he liked, and he even asked me, brother, you don't mind me talking to your son or shoot him a little money and everything. He even called me to ask me that and everything, which I ain't give a damn. Anytime I see anybody positive, want to talk to one of my kids, I appreciate it. But just real solid brother, man. So big shout out to George, man. I'm sorry that happened, but again, the challenge is there. Check on your friends. Check on your family, folks you ain't talked to in a minute. See how they doing, and don't just ask them. Poke at them. Friendships are very precious. Life is very precious, and lastly, to everyone else as an individual, with life being so precious, and we're always stuck with these problems. Problems temporary. Don't make no damn permanent decision on a temporary issue, cause that issue gonna come and go. No matter how frustrating or how bad it seems, once you kill yourself, death is permanent. It's damn permanent. You make a bad decision, kill somebody, hurt somebody, that permanently does something. Do not make a permanent decision off a temporary issue, okay? Hey, listen, again, guys, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. What we're talking about tonight is education worth the cost. Had a great show, great dialogue, great energy. Love you guys as always. Listen, make sure you see me next week. We got another great show from the dynamic speaker himself, Deonte Burden.
That's right.
So make sure you go to the YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe to all the videos, leave your comments, leave your feedback and everything like that. Don't care if it's good or bad feedback, just leave something. Go to the Facebook page, Change the Lives. Also go do the same thing for Mr. Short Dollar and everything. Most important right now with tax season, get your taxes done. Reach us out at Majestic Business Services at www.majesticbiz.com. The booking link is on there where it says book your own appointment. Hit on that. Hey, it's elementary. I figure that out, even for you APS graduates like me. It ain't harder than like that. Fill it out, book your appointment, and give us a call, 678-479-4007. Love you guys. Appreciate all the support. See you next week.